Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting live from Bemis, Tennessee, or the Jackson, Tennessee area, ready to share with you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. Turned out to be a beautiful day today after all, or at least until a couple hours ago, maybe. Cold front's moving through, and boy, is the temperatures going down. It turned out to be a pleasant first half of the day, though. As a matter of fact, it got all the way up to 60 degrees today. Yeah, felt real good. It's going to be a little while before we get that warm again, though, I'm afraid. We did miss the snow. It's not going to snow here in West Tennessee, or at least not in the Jackson area. The rain, we got just a little dab of rain, and it's just about gone too, according to the radar. Well, let me go ahead and give you climate data first. It was cloudy skies currently, and the current temperature is 45 degrees. It's down to 45 degrees already as of 6:41. The low this morning was 28 degrees. Today's high was 60. And like I said, right now it's 45 degrees currently. And I've had, I can't say I hadn't had any rain because I hadn't looked at my gauge. But as of 5 p.m., just a few sprinkles has fallen as of that time. I'll look at it again a little later to make it official, to whether call it a trace or even a hundredth of an inch or not. That's probably about all I had, 1 or 2 hundredths of an inch at most here in the Bemis area. But based upon radar, it's already gone as of just maybe 5 minutes ago. Alrighty, the other climate data would be 5.05 inches of rain so far for the month of January and for the year 2019. Here in the Bemis area. Alright. The highest wind gust today, got a little windy at one time, 36 mile per hour wind gust at the Jackson Airport out of the southwest, and that occurred at 2:03 p.m. Today's records for January the 28th, the hottest high would be 73 degrees in 2015. While the coldest high would be 23 degrees, and that happened in 2014. And the warmest low would be 59 degrees in 1975, while the coldest low would be 1 degree, and that happened in 1963. Today's rainfall record, 2.10 inches, and that fell in 2006. The snowfall record, we had quite a bit of snow today back in the year 2000 when we had 5 inches of snow today. That's not going to happen this time. Not anywhere close to that. Not even 5 inches of rain for that matter. But back in the year 2000, 19 years ago, we had 5 inches of snow here in the Jackson, Bemis, Tennessee area on January 28th. Alrighty, that's the basic climate summary I wanted to show you. I'm kind of waiting on a local on the 8s from the Weather Channel. I'm doing it a little early, and I might be able to catch one before my video's over. In the meantime, let me show you the radar. Show you that the rain has indeed left Jackson and still falling in parts of Tennessee, though. It just not here in Jackson. It just ended not long ago here in Jackson. As you can see, there's even a clearing line showing up already as close as Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and it's moving in our direction. So the skies should be clearing up after midnight. It's supposed to clear up around 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, if not sooner. It'll be a fair day tomorrow, but very cold. That's where the rain is now. It hasn't started in East Tennessee yet. but it's approaching Morristown now, and Knoxville, and of course Nashville. There was heavier rain earlier today along the Mississippi River, but as it crossed the Mississippi River, it actually sort of fizzled out some. Let me show you a slightly closer view, middle and west Tennessee at least, and show you that it has went through Jackson. It hadn't been long, and it's going through Bolivar now, Savannah, and Lexington and Parsons and those areas, and crossing the Tennessee River on into Middle Tennessee, approaching Nashville, and it's going to be in and out of Nashville before too long too. And that's where the rain is currently, across the area. There you see it, if I can keep the camera straight enough. How it's raining over parts of Middle Tennessee as well. Alright, let me branch out and see how far I can go here to get, there's a better view of the whole state, I guess. In that regard, and you see the clouds too. It's really a narrow stretch of rain. It started off way up north. That's where the snow is, by the way. Way up here in almost Canada, near Chicago, and in Michigan, and snowing maybe a little bit in St. Louis, right around St. Louis some. It's not much of Missouri, though. It's just colder air moving through Missouri, coming down into Tennessee. And okay. And it looks like the snow is, let me branch this down just a little. There's a big area of snow right there. Let me see if I can get this where it won't wiggle too much. Let me put this wire. I'm gonna have to watch this TV real close too to get this local on the 8s for us. Here's what's snowing in Michigan, and look like mostly around New York, Buffalo, Rochester, Toronto, Canada, those areas there. And it's starting to rain in western Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh. It'd be raining there before too long. They might get a little bit of a mixture there in Pittsburgh, but better chances up around the Cleveland, Ohio area. That's where it's snowing tonight mainly, up in this area. Not much to the west either. Let me branch out one more time to get a little bit better view of that area. If I can get it on the area where, there we go. It's the whole United States now. And that's all right. Get the complete satellite view. It's not doing anything in the northeastern corner of the country, as we can see. All that's moved offshore. It was raining down through the east coast yesterday pretty heavily, but that's moved on way out into Atlantica now. And that's what's left of it, the system going through us tonight. And it's not doing a whole lot here in the northern plains states either. Maybe a little snow in South Dakota, maybe a little touch there in Montana. I mean, that's about it. It's almost precipitation free in that regard, with the exception of snow up here. Alright, that's good enough for the satellite radar weather. Let me get a closer view in case I want to come back to it, especially to Tennessee. See how it's moving along. And you can see that as I'm seeing it too at the moment. Alright, let me move on to the forecast weather maps. Here's the local on the 8s. I've been wanting to show that for ages. Let me see if I can get it in here. Let me see. I'll get my wires here. Let's see. Let me come out with it. There we go. I might actually get a 7-day forecast out of it. I hadn't had one of those in a while. That's tonight's forecast for Jackson, Tennessee. It's still not as clear as I want it, but as good as I'm going to get it right now.
Colder, high 34. Winds.
Alright, I'm going to let the TV talk for a second.
Tuesday night, clear to partly cloudy. Low 19. Winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
That's the first time I may ever get one of those. That was a little slanted. I'm hoping that'll be okay this time around. But there's a 7-day forecast at a glance. And I should have had the TV turned a little bit more. It might have showed up a little bit better, but maybe next time. I'm getting a little bit better at it. I kind of know when they're going to show it, when they don't sometimes. It's the early morning hours that really confuses me sometimes. Alright, enough on that. I'll go ahead and show you this map. Like quick. The winter weather advisory is still valid for southern West Tennessee, for McNairy, Hardin, and Decatur counties, not including Madison County, and really not including most of West Tennessee. And that goes into effect at midnight tonight till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Also includes southern Middle Tennessee. And that pink area is a winter storm warning for down in northern portions of Alabama, where they're expecting 3 inches or more of snow down in that area. And I think the warning goes all the way down to Jackson, Mississippi, even though it's not on this particular map. But just to give you a hint there, the snow is going south of Jackson, Tennessee, and way on down south for that matter. Let me cut the TV down a little bit more. Let me see, okay? Now let me show you the forecast maps. That's what I was getting ready to show you just a moment ago before the local and the 8s popped up. Alright, let me bring this down some. My goodness, it's way down. Here we go. This is the weather map according to the Weather Service as of about 3 p.m. This evening. As you can see, low pressure is way down there in Texas. That's probably why we're missing the snow, because the low pressure is just too far away. We have a cold front moving through, so the snow is going to be mainly to our south, as you see down in Mississippi, central Mississippi, and northern sections of Alabama, and maybe eventually over into the Appalachian Mountains. More on that when we get to the forecast part. But this is tonight's map, and you see the snow area possible up in the northern sections of the Great Lakes and New England states. Over here in the northern plains states there. Otherwise, the nation's fairly reasonably dry. Even Canada's dry, well, at least parts of it is, for this evening. That's a little unusual. And really, it's not all that wet down here in West Tennessee. Tomorrow morning's forecast map as of 3:50 a.m., almost 4 a.m. That shows a little area of snow just to the north of us, up around the Paducah, Kentucky, Cairo, Illinois area, maybe Poplar Bluff, Missouri, in that area. But I don't think it's going to affect us here in West Tennessee, though. The snow from down here in Mississippi is moving on over into eastern Alabama, northern Georgia, and along the Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee and Carolinas. Let me get my camera steady here. It's flip-flopping on me. Sorry about that. And as you see, it moves on up. Pretty heavy snow up there in eastern Pennsylvania, New York, and on up into the New England states. This expected tomorrow morning up in that area. Alright, rest of the country is reasonably dry and comfortable, not too bad. Another cold front coming down. Oh my goodness. Gonna keep us in the cold down here in West Tennessee, I guess. The projections, I reckon. Alright, let me see. Wednesday morning's forecast map. Well, everything goes away almost for about 3:50 a.m. The cold front comes through, even the one up north comes through by Wednesday morning and leaves all the precipitation almost limited around the Great Lakes area. Even the snow in Pennsylvania moves on way up into Canada. And did you see the spotty areas in the Great Lakes? Other than that, the whole nation is pretty much precipitation free, except way out there in California where some rain's expected, and spots, and maybe a little freezing rain in the mountains, and the rest of it's way up there in Canada. It's fairly dry even up in Canada for Wednesday morning. Alright, well that's the map the way it looks as of right now for Wednesday morning. Let me branch out a little bit and see the whole country at one time. That might help a little bit. Alright. I guess it's time for, see, the radar done showed you, make sure that hasn't changed any. No, the rain is getting closer to leaving all of West Tennessee now. It's still to the east of us, but the clearing line's getting closer too, as close as about Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So it'll be clearing before daybreak tomorrow morning here in Jackson. Alright, then we'll go ahead and go to the readout forecast, or I call it the detailed forecast. And you've already saw a graph, a 7-day graph, because it went by quick, but it usually does. The rest of tonight looks like, let me get it all in here, mostly cloudy. The rain is gone now. It's supposed to end by 8 p.m. It looks like it ended by 6:30 actually, but that's pretty close with a 24-hour look at it. But it's pretty much gone now. Just going to be mostly cloudy for the remainder of the evening. Going to continue getting colder. And we'll have northwest winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour from now to around midnight. Then start dying down a little bit after midnight. And clear up, like I said, around 4 a.m. tomorrow morning and be mostly clear all day tomorrow. The temperature has dropped down to 45 degrees as of right now. It's headed down to a low tomorrow morning of 18 degrees. It's going to be pretty cold in the morning. Tomorrow's high should be only about 34 degrees. Remember, today's high was 60. Tomorrow's only going to be 34. Then we have northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow, giving us a wind chill tomorrow morning. If it's still about 5 to 10 miles per hour, it's still going to have a wind chill down near 10 degrees. And during the daytime, it'll probably be mid to upper teens, maybe lower 20s for wind chills tomorrow. So it'll be pretty chilly. The sunset tonight at 5:18 p.m. The moon will be be setting at well, it's already gone. Never mind. The northwest winds 10-20 miles per hour, like I mentioned, tomorrow. Sun rises at 6:57 a.m. and be setting at 5:19 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. The moon will be rising tonight at 1:47 a.m. Sorry for the little confusion now there. And the moon will be setting tomorrow afternoon at 12:34 p.m. Alrighty, on into Wednesday weather. Wednesday continued mostly clear, low near 19, and a high of only 27 on Wednesday. Whew. It is really going to be chilly with a high of only 27, with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Going to continue having wind chills of anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees, maybe as high as 20, but that ain't going to happen too often. It's going to be more likely in the teens most of the time, with temperatures that chilly. On into Thursday, we're going to be back to mostly cloudy skies by then, with a low of 18 and a high of 46, with southeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So that's going to warm up a little bit by Thursday. Cool. And by Friday, if you call 18, 46 would be the warming temperatures. The lows start off mighty cool, but 18 for a low. but at least we'll have southeast winds instead of north winds for once. Then by Friday, be mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of rain till Friday night, then becoming fair. Low of 35, high of 50, with south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour by Friday. This coming weekend is mixed. Fair skies on Saturday, cloudy skies or mostly cloudy on Sunday with a 50% chance for rain. Low of 39, high of 59 on Saturday, and low of 47 and high of 64 by Sunday. Ooh, this coming weekend is going to be gorgeous, at least Sunday, even with the chance for rain this coming Sunday. Be also 64 degrees next Monday, February 4th, with a 50% chance for rain, a low of 56 and a high of 64 by next week. That'd be something to look forward to on down the road. I'm sure that'll change a little bit between now and then. Usually always does. In the meantime, like I said, for tonight, just mostly cloudy for the rest of the evening. The rain is exiting, if I can say that, exiting. I guess I had it right the first time. West Tennessee right now, it still is raining some in West Tennessee, but it's not going to be long before it gets out of West Tennessee. I'll give it another hour to clear southern West Tennessee. It's already clearing northeastern West Tennessee. It's already east of Paris, and it's just about to Waverly, Tennessee now. And should be gone from West Tennessee, period, I'd say within an hour. And then be just cloudy skies for the remainder of the night, at least until around 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then it should be mostly clear for the rest of Tuesday. One more time, low of 18, high of 34 tomorrow with northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Alright, that's pretty much it for tonight. I thank you for watching and viewing and subscribing and bearing with me, listening to my explanations and bumbling in my pronouncing words and all, but it's all in fun. I appreciate your time and your patience, and hope to have be back with you again tomorrow night. Until then, good night and God bless.